Get ready, because Apple is about to drop a massive bombshell on the tech world, and I am here to break it all down for you. Just a week ago, Apple sent out some highly exclusive, very secretive invites to select press and creators for an, quote, Apple experience. This is going down in New York, London, and Shanghai. The date to circle on your calendar in bright red ink is Wednesday, March 4th, at exactly 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Now, usually, when Apple does these in-person hands-on gatherings, it means one thing, and one thing only. Shiny new hardware is incoming, and they want the hype train leaving the station immediately. But here is the crazy part. Bloomberg's legendary tech leaker, Mark Gurman, just dropped a massive hint in his recent newsletter. He believes Apple is not just doing a simple one-day event. No, they're planning a massive 3-day stretch of product announcements. According to his sources, this hardware marathon kicks off on Monday, March 2nd. We are expecting a whole slew of press releases to hit the wire right out of the gate. Then boom, Tuesday brings even more drops. Finally, early on Wednesday, March 4th, just before that 9 a.m. in-person experience, we get the final pieces of the puzzle. Gurman is putting his money on at least 5 major new products being revealed. 5. Now, before we dive into the juicy details of what these gadgets actually are, do your tech bestie a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button because I am going to be covering every single drop next week, and you absolutely do not want to be out of the loop. So, grab a snack, get comfortable, and let us talk about what Apple has hiding up its incredibly expensive sleeves. Let us start with what might be the biggest game changer of the entire lineup, a brand new, wildly affordable MacBook. Now, we have been hearing whispers about this mysterious laptop for the last 6 months, but it seems it is finally happening. Apple is aiming this new 13-inch laptop squarely at the throats of Chromebooks and entry-level Windows PC users. But here is the plot twist that nobody saw coming. It is going to be powered by the Apple A18 Pro chip. Yes, you heard me correctly. They are putting an iPhone-class processor inside of a Mac computer. Now, before you run to the comments to call this a terrible idea, let us look at the facts. The A18 Pro actually performs roughly in line with the legendary M1 chip in multi-core performance. And get this, it actually beats the M1 in pure graphics output. So, if you are a student, a casual internet user, or a business needing a fleet of cheap laptops for web browsing and light editing, this thing is going to absolutely fly. Of course, to hit a rumored budget-friendly price tag of $699 to $899, Apple had to make some serious trade-offs. Do not expect any fancy Thunderbolt support here. You are likely just getting standard USB-C ports. And the screen? Well, it will be a lower-end standard LCD panel, completely ditching the beautiful but expensive mini-LED technology. Think of this as the classic M1 MacBook Air, resurrected and stuffed into a potentially brand new chassis. But here is where it gets really fun. The rumors suggest this laptop is going to be incredibly colorful. The event invites featured a crazy splash of colors, matching the recent leaks perfectly. We are talking about the most colorful Apple laptops since the iconic iBook G3 era of the late 90s. Imagine pulling up to a local coffee shop with a bright tangerine, blueberry, indigo, or key lime MacBook. It is a massive nostalgic play for the Gen Z market, college campuses, and budget-conscious schools, and honestly, I am totally here for it. Next up on the rumor mill is the highly anticipated iPhone 17e. Yes, the budget-friendly iPhone is getting a serious glow-up during the first week of March. This year, we're looking at 4 massive upgrades compared to last year's 16e. First, and honestly most importantly, MagSafe is finally making its grand debut on the E lineup. The 16e only had standard wireless charging, which meant missing out on the magnetic magic of the Apple ecosystem. Having native MagSafe built right in is an absolute must-have in today's tech world. Sure, you could slap a magnetic case on the older model, but it just is not the same premium experience. Now, you are still only getting a single 48-megapixel camera sensor, so do not expect to shoot Hollywood blockbusters on this thing. But you are getting the blazing fast A19 chip. This means way better thermal management, insane battery efficiency, and serious performance gains over an already capable device. Add in the new C1X modem for flawless 5G connectivity and Apple's custom N1 chip for bleeding-edge Wi-Fi 7, and this budget phone is punching way above its weight class. But what if you need serious, unadulterated computing power? Well, my friends, the M5 Pro and M5 Max MacBook Pros are imminent. If you look at Apple's website right now, stock for the current high-end models is dwindling fast. Shipping times are heavily delayed across the board. And in the Apple world, low supplier stock almost always points to a massive hardware refresh hiding right around the corner. We already saw the base 14-inch model get the standard M5 chip, but now the heavy hitters are stepping up to the plate. These updated 14 and 16-inch absolute units are keeping the exact same design elements and chassis as the current generation, so do not expect a visual overhaul. This is purely a silicon bump, but oh boy, what a bump it is. Based on leaked early benchmarks from the base M5, we can easily expect 10 to 15% faster CPU performance and vastly stronger GPU output compared to the older M4. For the Pro and Max variants, you're getting more CPU cores, more GPU cores, higher memory bandwidth, and screaming fast SSD speeds. It is built from the ground up for sustained performance under incredibly heavy workloads, like rendering 8K video, 3D modeling, or compiling massive amounts of code. Pricing should luckily remain consistent if Apple does not shake things up. We are talking $1,999 for the 14-inch M5 Pro, all the way up to $3,499 for the maxed-out 16-inch beast. It is a massive financial investment, but for true professionals, it is the ultimate creative tool. Now, let us talk about the remaining product slots for next week. Gurman says 5 products, but there are actually 6 floating in the rumor ether that could drop at any second. The most likely candidate is the 12th generation base model iPad. The big story here is the inclusion of the A18 chip. This is huge because it finally brings full Apple Intelligence support to the absolute cheapest iPad in the lineup. Apple knows they need AI in everyone's hands right now, and this is exactly how they do it. We are also highly expecting the iPad Air to get bumped up to the M4 chip. It will literally just be a silicon upgrade, but if the base iPad drops, it makes total logical sense for Apple to upgrade the Air right alongside it to keep the product tiers making sense. And finally, we reach the wild card pile. Rumors are swirling about a brand new HomePod Mini, refreshed Apple TV box that home theater nerds have been begging for, and even 2 new studio display models. Hardware leakers found deep references to these displays in some recent iOS source code, but honestly, Gurman thinks dropping new studio displays right now would be absolute overkill for next week's event. I kind of disagree though. If they are launching absolute powerhouse M5 Max MacBooks, why not launch shiny new professional monitors to plug them into? But hey, maybe Apple saves them for later in the month. Who knows? But I want to hear from you guys. Are you holding out for that $699 colorful MacBook, or are you waiting to throw your wallet at an M5 Max? Drop a comment down below, and let me know your master tech plan. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Stay geeky, and I will catch you in the next one.